Aquarius, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of September 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I will be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot. And then I will close out your reading, Aquarius, with a Work Your Light Oracle card. All right. So as you can see, I just went ahead and jumped right into the shuffle here, Aquarius. I'm ready to get into your reading. I've been feeling very energetic this month as I've been doing the readings. And I've just been feeling really, really good. So, no sense in wasting any time. Let's jump right to it. So, as we move into the new month of September, Aquarius, you're going to see a lot of physical changes. And when I say physical changes, I don't mean like to your body, but I mean like within your surroundings. That's what I'm picking up with this Queen of Wands here. It means that there's going to be some changes in your workplace or in your work environment. Okay, there's going to be some shifting. There's going to be some things, you know, maybe structurally, maybe location, could be geographically. But I do pick up that there's going to be some changes, actual changes happening wherever it is that you do your work or where you go to school or where your business is. It could be something as simple as, you know, maybe you get new office furniture. It could even be something, you know, bigger than that, where there's some big staffing changes, management changes, or even operational changes, where we don't do it like this, now we do it like this. Maybe there's more paperwork, maybe there's less paperwork. But I'm picking that up, and I do feel like it's going to be something that's beneficial. It's either going to allow you to make more money, maybe you don't like if it's a new location, maybe you don't have to drive as far, so it saves you time on your commute. If it's staffing, maybe you're going to get, you know, a new manager who's better. Maybe an old manager who's not that great will be let go. It could be anything. So pay attention to what changes as we move into the first week of September, because I think it's going to be something very pleasant. Next, we have the Four of Swords. That's the card of showing up for yourself, showing up in a big way. You're not stepping back, you're stepping into who you are, and this definitely has some financial blessing attached to it. You know, some of you are natural born performers, and I do feel like you showing up and kind of spotlighting yourself in a unique way, Aquarius, is definitely going to bring some type of profitability to you. And it doesn't matter what you do. Maybe someone wants to hire you to be an MC, you know, at their little event, or, you know, maybe at your job, you know, you take it upon yourself to kind of lead something. I just feel like it's really you showing up in a very bold way, Aquarius. And again, I do feel like there's going to be some type of financial money connection to that. Next, we got the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles means that for some reason, and this isn't my favorite card, because sometimes when this card shows up in the reverse, it means that you're not being acknowledged for the work you do. You're not being acknowledged for the contribution you make. Now, a lot of times we all know office politics or workplace, you know, shenanigans where, you know, people take credit, there's backstabbing, there's nastiness, whatever. But I don't like seeing this card because it's telling me, Aquarius, that for some reason you're not getting the recognition or the attention or the acknowledgement that you deserve. Even though everybody knows it, for some reason you're just not getting what you should be getting, what you're entitled to get. So, you know, the thing is that happens to all of us. I know I've experienced that, and it's one of those things that you just you're gonna have to kind of just roll with it. I'm not saying that you don't speak up for yourself or you allow people to like walk all over you. I'm not saying that. But sometimes you have to pick your battles, and this may not necessarily be something that you want to exert energy into. Next we have the Empress card. Now that's a beautiful card. This is Divine Feminine, right? Divine Feminine is the attraction. It's the attraction energy, right? She doesn't chase after anything. She attracts what she wants because of who she is and how she shows up in her world. The other thing about the Empress is this is also the planting of the seed, right? Sometimes we plant the seed and then we have to be patient. The other thing about the Empress card is there's also a maturity that is relevant here. Certain things take as long as they take. We can't rush it. We can't slow it down. So it's all about growth. And I do feel like this is going to be in relation to your money. You're going to be attracting more money. You're going to grow the money that you have. You're also going to be patient as you kind of make some moves and you make some decisions about how you're going to prosper your life. Now be careful with this Ten of Wands. This is the card of overwork and burnout. Sometimes we, can push ourselves too hard. I am not a fan of the hustle and grind movement. I don't believe that is necessary in order to be successful, but some people do like that. Some people do thrive on that. Aquarius, I'm feeling like you're kind of more of a balanced type. It's like you don't necessarily not like the hustle, but you don't want to over hustle either. And it's one of those things where you just have to be careful that you don't get caught in that cycle. Next, we got the Ten of Pentacles. This is you working solo. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse means you're not going to be doing group projects. You're going to be working by yourself. You're going to be kind of doing your own thing in your own way and on your own schedule. Again, this could have huge financial benefits, especially if you're starting a business and you're trying to kind of get things done. You don't want to have to worry about waiting on somebody else. You just want to make the moves and you want to make them now. Finally, we have that Seven of Cups, which means that everything that shows up for you, Aquarius, is not going to be a good fit. Be very, very discerning when people want to offer you a job or maybe pay you for something. Make sure that it benefits you, okay? Make sure that any type of offers, any type of opportunities that show up for you, make sure they benefit you and make sure they are something that you truly want to do. All right, Aquarius, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2021. Ooh. All right, someone's being called out here. It's not you, Aquarius. Somebody did something. Somebody lied, cheated, stealed, and they get called out. They get caught, okay? That's actually very good for you, Aquarius, Remember we talked about the office politics stuff? I'm seeing here, this card is really jumping out at me intuitively. We talked about the office politics. We talked about you not getting the recognition you deserve. And again, it doesn't have to be in office. It could be, at school, in your business, whatever. But it looks like somebody who is dishonest, somebody who is lying, cheating, stealing, somebody who is very deceptive, they get caught, okay? And this is good. This works out in your favor. It's also next to the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. So this is very, very good, Aquarius. I don't know why I had to start with that, but I felt like it was good news and I wanted to say it first. Let's start with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is the budgeting card. Now, in the reverse, it means that, maybe you've been a little loosey-goosey with the budget and it's time to get back on track, right? I'm not saying you've been irresponsible, but maybe, you can tighten things up just a little bit. The second week of September would be the ideal time to do that. Next, we have the Five of Pentacles. That's a great card to see in the reverse because this is the money mindset card, right? You're not in that poverty, lack, and limitation mindset. You actually are reprogramming how you think about money, how you think about wealth, and you are expanding your capacity to have, be, and experience more. It's a very exciting card because it's a card of growth. And remember, wealth always starts in the mind. So once you level up your thinking, you can level up your finances as well. Next we have the Hangman. Now the Hangman is a card of kind of being stuck. Not necessarily stagnant, but really hesitating to take the next step, right? It's like you're getting your mindset right. You're getting the things in place, but maybe for some reason you're afraid to jump. You're afraid to make a move. You are not feeling confident about what happens next. All right. Now, while you may be safe staying where you're at, there's also a big amount of dissatisfaction attached to that. So pay attention to where you're hesitating and pay attention to where you're procrastinating, because it's time probably to make a move. Next we have the Three of Wands. That's future planning being put on hold. I've been seeing that card a lot with all of the signs. A lot of people are still not quite sure what's happening in the world. We all are dealing with certain things to various degrees. Some people are not quite sure if they're going to stay at their job. Some people are not quite sure if they're even going to stay where they're at. You know, a lot of people are making moves. They're leaving jobs. They're leaving states. They're leaving countries. So future planning probably does need to be put on hold just for a little while until we can figure out how our world is going to look within these next few months. Now, we already talked about these last two cards here. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. This is a beautiful card because this is such a fun card. Whatever it is you've been wishing, hoping, praying for, it does start to show up in some degree, in some way, shape, or form, roughly around the second week of September. It's a very, like I said, a very fun, fabulous, spectacular card. And maybe this is what you were wishing for. You were wishing for this person who was being dishonest and shady. Maybe you were wishing for them to finally get caught. Looks like they do. Now, I understand this is not going to apply to everybody, but you know, we all know kind of shady, sketchy people in our lives. Looks like they get they get their karmatic thing coming back to them. So, you know, whatever the case may be, this is all good. All right, Aquarius, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? All right, I got two cards here, but we're gonna stick with it. All right, Aquarius. So, as we move into the second half of the month, you've got good news as it relates to money. You're also going to be very, very, very busy with work or whatever it is you do for your job. I know not everybody is working. You know, not everybody is an employee. Some of you are students, some of you are retired or, you know, homemakers. I understand that. Whatever you do as your job, because I have been a stay-at-home mom and I know running a household, taking care of kids, all that stuff is a job, okay? You're going to be very, very busy with that. But the Page of Pentacles, more good news. You have all these good cards here, Aquarius. Get ready, get excited, because good is definitely coming your way on more than one occasion. We also have the Chariot. Now, the Chariot in the reverse means that sometimes things are happening very scattered-like. It means that sometimes the momentum is there, but it's not really controlled. It's like something's happening here, something's happening there as it relates to your money and your finances. Maybe you've got two jobs you're trying to balance. Maybe you've got, you know, your investment stuff going on over here, but then you have your 9-to-5 here. Then you have your business that you're trying to do. It's like you have so many things happening, and sometimes when you have your attention and your energy so scattered, it's really hard to be efficient in all of them. Okay, so pay attention to that. Next, we have the Star card. Now, the Star card is a celebrity card, Aquarius. For those of you who are influencers, celebrities, maybe real popular figures in your community. Looks like you're going to be getting a lot of attention. The spotlight will definitely shine on you. The other aspect of the Star card is good health. This is the card of vibrancy, being bright, being really just at an optimum level as it relates to your wellness. So no matter how this plays out for you, Aquarius, this is definitely a good card. We also have the Strength card right next to it. This is inner strength, but sometimes this card can also mean physical strength. This is very healing for those of you who are overcoming maybe some illnesses. These are two very good cards to see. Probably if you're dealing with something, the second half of the month looks like you're going to recover from that. Next we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands means, you know, maybe you're starting a new business, but it doesn't quite take off to the degree that you thought it would. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but there's just probably going to be a few bumps in the road. Next, we have the Hermit card in the reverse. Now, this is the card again of showing up for yourself. We've kind of had a lot of those cards in this reading, Aquarius. You showing up in a big, bold way, not stepping back, not hiding, but you really being front and center in your life. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be on TV or, you know, on the internet or anything like that, but it just means you're showing up for yourself. You know, do you have to, do you need to show up, you know, at a meeting for your kids in school? Do you need to show up, you know, at a certain event so you can get your voice heard? It's really you stepping forward in a big way for yourself. Finally, we have the Knight of Swords. That's a timing card. This means that something doesn't quite happen in the timing that you expect. Again, there is a financial connection to that. Could be a job, could be anything business related, anything investment related. But don't be alarmed if things kind of take a little bit longer or they move a little bit slower than what you were anticipating. Just know that it's all well and good. Well, I wanted to say this fell onto this card, but in a way it didn't, because it would be here. But because of the way it came out in the reading, the Knight of Swords on the Page of Pentacles, I'm going to say it is related, and that if something takes a little bit longer, don't worry, don't fret, it's all good. All right, Aquarius, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2021. All right, so we got a couple of repeaters here. Oh no, we just have one repeater here. All right, so as we close out the month, Aquarius, get ready. Things are going to move in a very big way, but it's going to be all good, okay? It's going to feel a little shaky. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable. It's going to feel very maybe even scary to some degree, right? Just because I see this Tower card, which sometimes it means that things can be very, very disruptive. The thing is, though, when I look at the other cards here, the World card, it's so crazy because this really tells me everything I need to know when I look at the other cards here. Okay, the Three of Swords, that's a card of disappointment. Remember I told you, don't worry about the timing about something, okay? I feel like this is kind of communicating here. If something's taking longer, please do not worry about it, especially something money related. It's going to be all good. The World card tells us that. The World card tells us that, you know, things are complete. We're moving into a new cycle, a new phase into our lives, but sometimes that's not comfortable. The Tower card tells us that things are going to really be disruptive. Things are really going to shake up. But that doesn't mean that it's happening for the worse. Sometimes that has to happen in order to clear out the mess and clear out the nonsense so we can make room for bigger, better, stronger, more, whatever. Okay, so I have a feeling that the end of September is going to feel like that. It's going to feel a little kind of wonky, but when all is said and done, it's going to be all good. The Queen of Cups, when she's in the reverse, sometimes she's a little overly sensitive. She's a little bit, you know, touchy. She's a little bit, you know, I don't want to say easily triggered, but she's just kind of emotionally fragile. And I have a feeling that's going to be how it feels for you, because things will be kind of, you know, just, there's going to be some big changes happening. and it's going to affect your finances, and it's going to make you a little uncomfortable. But the thing is you have to trust the process. Like I said, looking at your cards here, remember this Tower card fell onto the Star, fell onto the Strength card. These are very, very positive cards surrounding this, but sometimes we have to go through these big changes in order to get to that next level of growth and that next level. It may feel a little weird. It may feel a little, like I said, you may feel a little sensitive. You may feel a little touchy about certain things. Again, there's a financial aspect to this, but you're going to be just fine, okay? You're going to be just fine. The Ten of Pentacles, that's a repeater card here. Again, this is something you're going to have to go through on your own. Now, of course, people will be in your life to support, to help assist, and maybe to kind of give you certain things that you may need. But this is something that you need to kind of really learn from and experience and figure out what is the opportunity here. What is the nugget that is going to really unlock the gates of abundance, prosperity, and all the things that I want, because they're definitely coming, okay? They're definitely coming. The wish card told us so. All right, so, you know, change is uncomfortable, growth is uncomfortable, but, you know, when all is said and done, Aquarius, I think you're going to be really, really satisfied, and you're going to feel really, really empowered by how things fall into place in a very beautiful way. So I hope you're ready. I hope you can trust the process. And I feel too that there's something here that you need to learn that you probably would not learn any other way. I know I've experienced that, where I've had to go through things in order to learn and to grow and to mature. And I feel like this could be something kind of like that for you. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and close out your reading. I'm getting 2 cards for you here. This is Work Your Light Oracle cards. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You got the card of play. It says, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And then you have Lemuria, which is creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Your reading tells us it's happening. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.